In life, everyone has once wondered, has fate already decided our success or failure? Or do we have the power to write our own story? Can effort overcome destiny? Or is success merely a gift granted to the lucky ones at birth? This timeless question, does fate determine success, remains a mystery, yet to be fully answered. When speaking of the journey to seek the true meaning of success, one cannot help but mention Jiang Ziya, the famed sage of Chinese history. From a young age, Jiang stood out for his intelligence and his deep desire to be of service to the world. His life was marked by many extraordinary stories, including two seemingly simple experiences that held profound lessons about destiny, growth, and true success. Let us begin with the first story. The bamboo tube, a lesson in emptiness. At the age of 7, Jiang Ziya was already different from other village children. Not only was he clever and eager to learn, he also carried a great question in his heart. How can I become a person of value to the world? This question kept him up many nights, restless with thought. One early spring morning, as dew still clung to bamboo leaves, and birds chirped joyfully from thatched rooftops, Jiang Ziya decided to visit a reclusive Zen master who lived at the end of the village. People said the old monk was a man of great wisdom, well-read and deeply insightful, now living in quiet seclusion, among wildflowers and simple greenery. Those who came to visit him often left with mysterious teachings. Walking through dew-drenched fields, Jiang approached the garden gate. Both eager and nervous, he bowed respectfully and asked, "Master, please teach me the secret to becoming wise and virtuous. Someone who can help others and bring goodness to the world." The Zen master looked at him silently for a long while, then turned and went inside. Moments later, he returned with a small hollow bamboo tube, about the length of a handspan. He handed the tube to Jiang Ziya and said gently, "Keep this with you for 1 full year. Then, come back and see me." Jiang was puzzled. A whole year carrying an empty piece of bamboo. Could this really be a secret to anything? But seeing the master's calm and serious expression, he dared not question further. He bowed and accepted the bamboo tube. As he walked home, Jiang felt a mix of curiosity and doubt. His friends laughed at him. What's the point of carrying a useless piece of bamboo? Why not spend that time learning martial arts or literature? But Jiang remained faithful to the master's words. He kept the bamboo with him each day, whether at school, doing chores, or playing in the fields. At first, he felt embarrassed when others mocked him. Some adults even advised him to stop wasting time and focus on real studies. Sometimes Jiang himself wondered, am I wasting a whole year while others are improving? But slowly, something began to change. Whenever he felt tired or discouraged, he would sit quietly, place the bamboo to his ear, and listen. He heard the whisper of wind passing through the hollow tube, the rhythm of raindrops tapping gently against its surface, and even moments of profound silence, through which he could hear his own breath, his heartbeat, and the quiet thoughts within. He began to realize, the bamboo was not useless. Its emptiness was what made it valuable. Had it been filled with anything, it could not have received the sounds of nature. Likewise, a heart already full of arrogance, judgment, or selfish desire, has no room left for understanding, empathy, or new ideas. Jiang came to understand. To truly grow, one must keep an open heart, willing to listen to the world and to oneself. This openness is the beginning of all learning and transformation. But he also noticed something more. The bamboo tube only received sound. It never produced its own. If it didn't learn to express something, its emptiness would be meaningless. True worth comes not just from openness, but from using that space to create value. Exactly 1 year later, Jiang Ziya returned to the Zen master, his heart now quiet yet full of thoughts. The master greeted him with a kind smile. "So, what have you learned from the hollow bamboo?" Jiang bowed deeply and said, "I've learned that emptiness allows us to receive everything. But if we never develop our own voice, its value remains incomplete." The old monk nodded and explained, "Success is not merely about accumulating knowledge, but also about keeping your heart open, to listen, to learn, to grow. But openness is only the beginning. You must polish yourself each day, until you can shine on your own, and let your voice be heard in the world. That is the true meaning of growth and achievement." Jiang Ziya thanked him deeply, and carried that simple bamboo lesson into the next chapter of his life. The rough stone, a lesson in potential. Though Jiang had become more calm and understanding, he still often wondered, is being open-hearted enough? If the heart is like an empty bamboo, then how does one grow in knowledge, virtue, and ability? One summer day, the sky bright blue and the stream like a ribbon of silk. Jiang and his friends went to play by the riverbank. They picked flowers and skipped stones, while others were excited about colorful, smooth pebbles. Jiang's eyes were drawn to a small, dull, gray stone, half buried under the water. It looked ordinary, yet in the sunlight, it shimmered faintly. He picked it up, wiped away the mud, and held it to the light. Beneath the rough surface, he thought he saw a flicker of something beautiful. He brought the stone to the Zen master, who examined it and said quietly, "This is not just a stone. It is an unpolished gem." Most people overlook gems because they only see the rough shell. He handed Jiang a small whetstone and said, "Grind this gem each day. Just a little. Don't rush. Be patient. One day, you'll witness a miracle." Jiang took the gem home. Each day after his studies, he sat by a large rock in his backyard and polished it. At first, nothing changed, just dust and sore hands. Some days he wanted to give up, especially when he saw his friends laughing freely, without a care in the world. But he remembered the bamboo. Great things begin in quiet persistence. So he continued, grinding bit by bit, never stopping. Over time, the rough scratches gave way to glimmers of light. By late summer, as sunlight filtered through the leaves, the stone began to gleam. By autumn, the tiny gem sparkled crystal clear, bright enough to reflect Jiang's own young face. Joyfully, he brought it to the Zen master. The old man smiled, took the gem in hand, and said gently, See, without patience and effort, this gem would have remained a worthless stone. People are the same. No one is born perfect. It is only through training and perseverance that the light within us is revealed. He continued, don't be afraid to start small. Don't give up just because the results are slow. Every effort you make, every mark you leave, is a step closer to becoming someone of true worth. He added, when you polish yourself without comparing to others, and focus only on your own growth, you will one day shine, not just for yourself, but to light the way for others. That is the true value of success, born not from luck, but from unwavering dedication. Those words awakened something in Jiang Ziya. He realized that everyone carries a gem inside, but only through hardship, patience, and daily effort can we bring its light to the world. From that day forward, Jiang studied even harder. He no longer compared himself to anyone. He simply polished his soul and mind in silence. And the light of that gem, the one from long ago, remained a quiet reminder throughout his life. The deeper meaning of the two stories, the tale of the hollow bamboo and the uncut gem, are not just stories of a young boy's growth. They are profound metaphors for the journey of becoming. To some, carrying an empty bamboo tube or polishing a dull stone might seem foolish, a waste of time and youth. But hidden within these simple acts are priceless lessons that touch the core of every human soul. The bamboo represents an open heart, willing to listen to all the voices of heaven and earth. But openness alone is not enough. If you do not fill that space with learning and growth, the tube remains empty, useless. To be truly useful, our minds must stay open to learn. But we must also take action to create value and shine from within. The rough gem symbolizes the hidden potential inside each of us. Most of the world may overlook it, dismissing it as ordinary. But if we persist, if we polish our abilities, character, and wisdom, that hidden gem will eventually shine. Together, these two stories answer the age-old question: does fate decide our success? If you look closely, you'll see that fate is like the bamboo or the rough stone. Everyone is born with something, a beginning that may seem simple or even unremarkable. But fate is not the only force at play. It is not the final judge of your future. Real success is shaped by two things: the humility to keep an open heart, willing to listen, learn, and grow; the perseverance to polish yourself patiently, every day, even in silence. True success doesn't come from luck or sudden leaps. It is built from thousands of small efforts and quiet resilience. Each stroke on the gem brings us closer to turning invisible potential into visible value. In other words, fate may choose where we start, but it is we who choose where we go. We are the authors of our destiny. Through how we live, how we learn, and how we persist, success is not a gift from above. It is the result of open hearts, hard work, and never giving up. Jiang Ziya was once just a boy, just like each of us. And the lessons from a bamboo tube and a rough stone are timeless reminders to live with an open soul and an unwavering will, for only then No matter where we come from, we can shine and become truly useful, truly meaningful.